You don't learn it in school. Nobody teaches you this. And if your parents don't have the ability to teach you, you need to hear it from somebody. Hi, my name is Aggie, and I'm a realtor with Damon Gettier Associates. I started real estate in 2004 due to a job change, and I was encouraged by many people because I do speak Spanish. It's my first language, and I was told there was lots of people that needed help. So in 2004, I went to school, and I was nervous about taking the test, but I passed the first time around, which was great. So that's how I started my career. I met Damon in 2006, and I think he had just started his brokerage journey, and he was young and I was old, and I wasn't too sure how it would all work out. But I have been with Damon through many changes for 19 years this month. When I joined the team, I was definitely a buyer's agent. Worked really hard developing relationships with my leads. So I was a buyer's agent. Now I've been in the business so long that many of those people who I sold homes to are calling me and asking me if I will help them sell their home. So at this point in my career, I do both. I still do buyers. They're what I really have fun with in terms of being able to get out there and look for a house. I find it a challenge to find the right home for them. I listen to what their needs are and what their wishes are, because that's a lot of it. And I just find it a big challenge to help them find the right home that's going to serve their needs. And the most important part of it is making sure that they're within their financial means, because the last thing I want to do is help them find a home that they're in love with that then really stresses their financial situation. That's just not where I am. But now I'm helping people sell their homes that I sold them many years ago. Some of them maybe just only 7 years ago or 5 years ago. But I find that to be very satisfying in terms of helping them move on to their next purchase. For me, the most rewarding part of this whole business is developing those relationships. I can't tell you how many children I am godmother to now. Many of these people we've become friends, almost family, like family. While I'm not the kind of agent that turns over a lot of transactions per week, I can say that the relationships that I have developed with people are just more important to me. Well, I think that Damon has, through the years, developed an amazing program to help agents be the best that they can be. He has tremendous training. We meet every week. He keeps up to date on everything that's going on in the market. He's always thinking ahead. That's one of the things that I have always admired about Damon, is that he thinks so far in advance that all the rest of us are back here in the background trying to keep up, but is not afraid to try new things. And his goal is to make us successful. And he knows that if we're successful, then he's successful. So he develops a culture that creates a team, a real team that works together. I can count on any agent on our team to help me if I go on vacation. We do that, If I go on vacation, I know that there's someone on the team that will show property for me, that will help me present offers, that will help me do everything that I need to do. In other words, my clients do not go without. So that is one of the most important pieces of the culture here at DGA, is that we work together. Yes, we're all individual. Yes, we're all trying to earn a living, but we work together. And that has been a big part of the reason why I truly love being here at DGA. Well, Tuesday meetings, oh my goodness. They can be fun, they can be funny, and they can be extremely serious. Damon is always, like I said before, he is always up to date on what's happening. Changes in everything that has to do with real estate. He is in communication with people all across the country, so he keeps tabs on everything. So our meetings on Tuesdays are really important because that's where we learn what we need to do. And I have to say that One of the things that Damon did a long time ago was to have us do an exclusive right to represent the buyer. This is a very important document. It protects the buyer as well as protects us. Many years ago, it came out that we should do it. Nobody in the area wanted to do it, but Damon said, no, it's going to be a law sometime, and we're going to learn to do it. I did fight him on it a little bit because it wasn't comfortable. I practiced and practiced and practiced, and eventually now that's just part of what we do. We ask our leads that, if we're going to do business together, we need to protect you as well as protect ourselves. This is how we do it, and it's Virginia law. Very simple. Those are the kinds of things that we go through in our meetings every week, whatever laws are changing, how they affect us, how we're going to deal with it, because Damon follows the law. No matter what, he follows the law. And he will back you up. If you followed the law and you somehow end up in some sort of dispute, he will back you up if you have followed the law, and he's very good at that. So for me, the meetings on Tuesdays are very important in that respect. He brings in people that give us training in many different areas, whether it's title insurance or how you fix a basement if it's got problems, structural problems, insurance. He brings in people to teach us what they know and how we can be better at presenting solutions to our clients. And it's also fun because he started a new thing not too long ago where each agent takes a turn leading the meeting. He doesn't always lead the meeting. And you know what? This is terrific practice for all of us to learn how to lead a meeting. A lot of us, we don't have that practice. And so I think that's awesome that each agent takes a turn and leads the meeting. They have a script that, of course, is presented to them, so that they know what they're supposed to follow. But I think that's awesome. I love it. I love that he started that. He just started that not too long ago. I'll tell you a little story. Several years ago, they had started a thing where if you had a birthday, we would have a birthday treat, and everybody has to sing happy birthday to that person, which, everybody gets all embarrassed, but we love to do it anyway. And so one day the secretary came to me and she said, Aggie, I'm trying to find banana pudding. I can't find it anywhere. Where can I find banana pudding? And I said, oh man, you're not going to find banana pudding. It's either going to be in a can or you got to order it from a restaurant and the restaurant's going to give it to you out of a can. And she said, what am I going to do? This agent wants banana pudding for his birthday. I said, well, do you want me to make it for you? And she said, sure. You would do that? I said, yeah, why not? So I made banana pudding. Well, that's when it all started. Everybody loved the banana pudding, and ever since then, I make the treats for the birthdays. I think that growth as a realtor, I've always read a lot, but Damon definitely has books that he recommends that are very helpful. They're not necessarily always about selling, because we believe in our team that it's not about selling a house, it's about building that relationship. If I were a younger agent, the other thing that I would really appreciate, and even appreciate now, is he talked to us in the meetings about investing, why it's important, why we should take charge of our finances. In other words, you get a paycheck, you don't spend it all. Make sure that you're putting something away for the future. Make sure you're putting something away for emergencies. Those things are really important, and I wish that when I was 30, somebody was telling me those things. I think that growth-wise, in terms of personal growth and business growth, he really touches on a lot of things, not just let's sell houses. I don't want to say that he's like a parent. He's like a caring person, has had the experience of what happens if you don't do these things for yourself, because you don't learn it in school. Nobody teaches you this. And if your parents don't have the ability to teach you, then you need to hear it from somebody. And he's a good person to hear it from, because he really helps us to understand the importance of taking care of ourselves, not just everybody else. He also has a way of helping people to help themselves. And I think that's the true mark of a leader. Me in the next 5 years, it's funny, I've been an agent since 2004 and with Damon for 19 years. And the other day I was telling my husband, geez, I'm going to have to do a continuing ed pretty soon. Maybe I'll just not do it and not renew my license. And he said, you're going to be sorry. If you don't renew it, you're going to be sorry. You like going to the office. You like seeing those people. Somebody's going to call you and they're going to want to sell a house and you're not going to be able to do it and you're going to be sorry. And I'm like, maybe he's right. So in the next 5 years, I do see myself continuing with real estate. I'm not out there like I was when I was in my 30s, really working it, but I am taking care of the people that come to me and want help. So for me, I really love going to visit my grandchildren. I like to travel. I like to do lots of different things. While my business is kind of calming down, I still will be in business. For DGA, I see great things for DGA. And again, it's all because of Damon. Damon has diversified. He doesn't just stick with one thing. He's diversified his businesses. He's expanded a lot of different things. He does this whole thing about making tapes and, videos. And I think as much as he says he doesn't like to do it, he certainly does a good job of it, right? I just see great things for him to continue expanding his business and expanding. He has agents all across the country now that with Realtor-Brokered, that capability is available to him. I think that he will continue to expand and he will continue to grow. I see great things for Damon. For any new person that is starting in real estate, well, let me tell you this. When I started and I was interviewing different brokerages, the one broker that I interviewed with, and it wasn't Damon because I didn't meet Damon until 2006 and I started in 2004. One person that I met with said, well, I see that you've been to school and you passed your test. And he said, you've done really well. And now my job is to teach you to be the best agent in the Valley. And I believe that's Damon's goal, is to teach everybody to be the best agent they can be in the Valley. My advice is if you're just starting out and you want to get great training and not have to worry about the expenses, because when I started, I was an individual agent. I had to buy my signs. I had to buy my advertising. The internet was just coming up and I had to learn how to do everything. Oh my gosh, it was so hard. But it was good. It was a good experience. But when you come to Damon's, to DGA, he's got that all in place. And you don't have to worry about buying your signs and making sure your advertising is going. He spends the time and the money to get you the leads. And if you follow the program, if you do what he says to do, you will be successful. I think you can talk to any agent here that is successful and they will tell you that the reason they're successful is because they followed the plan. And every once in a while you'll have an agent that thinks they can do it better or they want to experience it differently and they go off the track and follow a different path and then they come back and they go, whoops, I should have stayed on this other path. So my advice is if you're new and you want help and you truly want to become a good agent, this is the place. If you have gone to school and you've passed your test and you're ready to roll, check us out. And we have a website. We have lots of comments on our websites from people that have worked with us. With all of the agents, we have great people that understand the service that we offer, and you can talk to Dawn about what we have. And I think that once you have the experience of being out there all by yourself doing everything and then come here and see what Damon offers, and all you have to do is work. You don't have to worry about all the extra stuff that goes on in a business because you are in business for yourself. So therefore, you would have to really take care of everything, and you don't have to do that when you're here. So check us out. If you like this video, be sure to comment, be sure to give us a thumbs up, and be sure to share. And I look forward to seeing all of you here. Would love to have you. And we'll do a birthday treat. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.